Chilling new Ring camera footage shows the moment a man dressed in black demands to enter a private residence in Fairfield, California.
Open the door. Now.
On April 7th, 2026, a Ring doorbell camera in Fairfield, California captured the kind of footage every homeowner hopes they never have to see. A man dressed in dark clothing walked up to a private residence on Burbank Court and began demanding to be let inside. At first, the situation was confusing. The homeowner was not even home at the time, but he was able to speak through the camera and ask the man why he was there. The man, later identified by police as Jason Thomas Nichols, claimed something was happening inside the house and repeatedly asked about the homeowner's daughter.
Where's your daughter, man?
What are you talking about?
That alone would have been terrifying. But what made it even more disturbing was that the homeowner's pregnant wife and young child were reportedly inside the home while this was unfolding. As the homeowner told Nichols to leave, his behavior became more aggressive. He continued demanding entry, shouted threats, and even referred to himself as Harry Dresden, a fictional wizard detective from the Dresden Files. It was a bizarre detail, but it made the encounter feel even more unpredictable. This was not someone calmly asking for help.
Can you leave my house, please?
Can you open the door, please?
You have nothing to do with my house. Can you leave my house?
Triggering this terrifying reaction.
This was a man becoming increasingly agitated at the front door of a home where a family was hiding inside. When Nichols could not get through the front door, police say he broke in through a sliding glass door. At that point, the situation became an active home invasion. The homeowner rushed back to the residence and confronted him with a shovel, trying to protect his family before officers arrived.
I don't know who you are.
According to the statement, the altercation turned physical with both sustaining head injuries. It's unclear if Nichols had any connection to the homeowner or his family.
Fairfield Police Department.
Minutes later, police arrest Nichols.
He was treated at a hospital and later booked into Solano County Jail. Nichols was charged with multiple felonies, including burglary, vandalism, criminal threats, and assault-related charges. Authorities also later added a charge connected to an alleged separate incident involving a minor. But even without knowing every detail behind his motive, the footage is deeply unsettling because of how quickly it escalated. One moment, a stranger is standing at the door. The next, he is threatening the family, breaking into the home, and forcing the homeowner into a fight to protect the people inside. What makes this clip so frightening is that the danger did not come in the middle of the night or in some isolated place. It happened in broad daylight at a normal family home through a doorbell camera that was supposed to make the family feel safer. And in this case, that camera may have been the only reason the homeowner knew danger was already at his front door. But that was just the beginning. What comes next is even harder to watch. This creepy and unusual clip was posted on the TikTok account Anton Rakaus, where it quickly gained attention. According to the creator, the situation began when he noticed a strange man following him. Even after confronting the man and asking why he was trailing behind him, the stranger continued to follow.
Why are you following me? Not following you.
Eventually, the creator managed to get off the train and lose sight of him, allowing him to return safely to his apartment. But the relief did not last long. The next day, the same mysterious man appeared again, this time inside the creator's apartment building. Shocked and frightened, he quickly rushed back to his apartment and locked the door. Then, before he could fully process what was happening, an aggressive knock came from the other side. At that point, the situation no longer felt like a strange coincidence. It felt dangerous. He called the police, hoping they could finally remove the man and figure out what was happening.
Open the door. Please.
I really started to be scared. He stayed quiet at my door for at least 20 minutes. I don't know if he's still here. I just called the cops. They should be here in 10 minutes.
Open the door.
and after a wait that seemed endless, the police finally arrived.
Hello, sir. You shouldn't be here, please. Let's go. For us. Let's go.
Officers arrived and escorted the stranger out of the building. But a few days later, the creator received a call from the police.
And after 48 hours, I received a call.
Yes, hello, Mr. Wagner?
Yeah, hello?
So we proceed to arrest the individual who followed you to your home, but he has no criminal record and he has committed no offense. So I wanted to inform you that he has been released.
According to him, the man had no criminal record, and because no clear crime had technically been committed, he was released. That detail is what makes the story especially frustrating. Someone can follow you, appear inside your building, knock aggressively on your door, and still leave behind more fear than legal answers. Whether the man was confused, obsessed, or dangerous, the creator was left with the same unsettling reality. The stranger knew where he lived. But just when it seems like it couldn't get more dangerous, this next moment proves otherwise. What would you do if you heard someone screaming for help outside your home in the middle of the night? This disturbing incident was captured by a doorbell camera in the Leimert Park neighborhood of Los Angeles in 2019. In the footage, a car can be seen passing the house while a woman's terrified cries for help can be heard coming from inside the vehicle. What makes the clip so unsettling is that there is no clear context. The viewer can't see exactly what is happening inside the car, but the fear in the woman's voice is impossible to ignore. After reports of a possible abduction, the footage prompted authorities to begin investigating. Police later said that when officers first arrived in the area, they did not find clear evidence of a kidnapping, but the audio from the camera made the situation difficult to dismiss. For more than 30 seconds, the woman can be heard crying and begging for help as the vehicle moves through the neighborhood. The car passed the camera around 11 p.m., just as the homeowner stepped outside to see what was happening. She later said she heard a man's voice and believed the footage may have shown him pulling the woman by her hair while she was in the passenger seat. The vehicle then left the area with its trunk still open, making the whole scene feel even more alarming. After the video spread online, police investigated it as a possible kidnapping, but no clear resolution was ever made public. And that is what makes the clip so disturbing. Someone may have been in serious danger that night, and all that remains is a few seconds of doorbell footage and a voice begging for help. Now, if that left you uneasy, prepare yourself for what happens next. This Ring doorbell clip surfaced online after a frightening late-night incident in Florida. The footage was posted on X by the account Clown World, and quickly began circulating as viewers tried to understand what the camera had captured in the early hours of the morning. According to reports, a family was asleep inside the home while the incident unfolded outside. That detail alone makes the footage deeply unsettling. Most people feel safest when they are asleep at home, behind locked doors, unaware of what might be happening just outside. But in this case, the doorbell camera captured a person approaching the house while allegedly armed, turning an ordinary family home into the center of a frightening encounter. After the video spread online, many viewers reacted with shock and anger, questioning how someone could walk up to a home in the middle of the night carrying a weapon. Others were even more disturbed by reports that the suspect was later taken into custody but became eligible for bond only days later. The full context behind the incident remains unclear, but the footage is enough to show why people reacted so strongly. It is a reminder that sometimes the most terrifying footage is not loud or dramatic. Sometimes it is simply a camera recording a dark front yard, while everyone inside has no idea danger is standing at the door. But that fear doesn't compare to what happens in the next clip. This next doorbell footage was shared by TikTok user Shay Dawn, and it captured an encounter she definitely will not forget anytime soon. She was just arriving home when a man began walking toward her. At first, it may have looked like nothing more than a stranger passing by, but then his attention shifted directly onto her, and the situation immediately started to feel wrong.
Can I help you?
No. You all good. I'm trying to make sure she all right.
I'm good.
No. I got you. She can be as mad as she wants to be. I just want to talk to her. That's it.
Then you can go over there.
Okay.
It is hard to fully make out what the man says, but the way he stands there staring at her in silence before she finally asks, "Can I help you?" is unsettling enough on its own. For a moment, it seems like he leaves, but unfortunately, the situation was not over. Shay's friend was supposed to come over shortly after, so Shay warned her about what had just happened and told her the man might still be somewhere nearby. And unfortunately, he was, lingering just around the corner. Luckily, her friend already knew what to look out for. When she arrived and noticed a man matching the same description, acting strangely near the house, she immediately called Shay. The man then approached her friend's car, and at that moment, Shay decided to walk back outside toward them, making sure her friend would not have to deal with him alone.
Alyssa, it's not funny. Get inside. Get inside.
I know. Look at the fucking room.
Thankfully, both Shay and her friend managed to get safely inside without the man hurting either of them. But the experience left them deeply shaken, and not long after, the man appeared in front of the doorbell camera again, seemingly trying to get their attention or lure them back outside. Luckily, after realizing his attempts were not working, he eventually left and did not return that night. To this day, Shay still has no clear idea what his intentions were, but one thing is obvious. His behavior was not normal, and it did not feel harmless. This clip is a reminder that sometimes danger does not announce itself loudly. Sometimes it starts with a stare, a strange approach, and the feeling that something is not right. But just when you think someone made it out safely, the next story proves that's not always the case. This next doorbell camera clip has been circulating online for a while, and it has shocked almost everyone who has seen it.
Hello? Are you home alone?
There is very little context behind the footage, no confirmed location, and no clear explanation of who the man is or why he was standing there. But sometimes, the lack of context makes a video even more unsettling, because all you can do is watch the moment unfold and imagine what it must have felt like for the people inside the house. From the safety of a screen, it already feels disturbing. But if this was your home, late at night, and you checked your doorbell camera only to see someone like this standing outside your front door, the fear would be immediate. You would have no idea what he wanted, whether he planned to leave, or if he was waiting for someone to open the door. And that is what makes the clip so uncomfortable. It does not need a long backstory to feel threatening. The image alone is enough. A stranger at the door, unclear intentions, and a homeowner left with no answers. All we can hope is that the man eventually walked away without hurting anyone. And just when it seems like it couldn't get more dangerous, this next moment proves otherwise. On a quiet day in Salt Lake City, what should have been an ordinary moment outside a family home turned into something far more unsettling. 7-year-old Emmy McCardle was lying outside, enjoying the sun, completely unaware that someone had already noticed her. Then, a car pulled up. At first, nothing about it would have seemed immediately threatening to most people. The driver greeted her in a friendly tone, the kind of casual interaction that might not raise alarm right away. But then he asked her a question that instantly changed everything. He offered her something simple, a bicycle. For a child, it's the kind of offer designed to feel exciting, harmless, even tempting. And that's exactly what made it so dangerous. But Emmy didn't hesitate.
Bicycle? No.
Instead of engaging, instead of getting closer, she immediately said no. Then she ran straight back inside her home. There was no second guessing, no curiosity, no pause to think about what he meant. Just a clear decision to get away. The moment she got inside, she told her mother exactly what had happened. She described him as a tricky man, someone she didn't know and didn't trust. And that one decision, recognizing the situation and acting instantly, may have been the only thing that prevented something far worse.
I believe that he was looking for a child to take.
What makes this moment so powerful is how quickly it could have gone the other way. The driver didn't try to force anything right away. He didn't act aggressively. He used something much more subtle, a friendly approach, a simple question, and an offer meant to lower her guard. It's the kind of tactic that relies entirely on hesitation, but Emmy gave him none.
He came running in and said, "Hey, there's a tricky guy outside that tried to get me."
I didn't want to go with him because he looked like a tricky man, and I didn't know him, so I didn't want to go with him.
The doorbell footage would later be shared with police as they began searching for the driver, described as being in a green Ford Taurus. Officers made it clear that the situation was highly suspicious. An adult stopping to speak to a young child alone outside their home is not normal behavior, especially when it involves trying to offer something to get them closer. And that's what makes this case stand out. Because this isn't a story about something that happened. It's a story about something that didn't. Only because a 7-year-old recognized the danger before it could escalate. There was no dramatic chase, no physical struggle, just a moment, a decision, and a child choosing to trust her instincts instead of curiosity. And sometimes that's the difference between a close call and something that never gets the chance to become a tragedy. But the next encounter doesn't give the same chance to escape. Have you ever seen a video where you can't fully tell what is happening, but something about it still feels wrong? That is exactly what makes this clip so unsettling. The footage appears to come from a security camera mounted on the porch of a home. In the video, an unknown person dressed as a clown walks up the steps carrying a sack wrapped in red fabric. At first, it looks like he may be trying to leave some kind of message for the homeowner. Or maybe he is simply trying to scare whoever lives there. He places the sack near the door and knocks, but the real question is what is actually inside it. The clown then begins moving around the porch in a strange, almost aimless way, peering through the windows and looking into the front door. The video cuts off not long after, leaving viewers with no clear answer about what happened next. Later, people discovered that the clip had been uploaded to the YouTube channel Billy the Fridge under the title Creepy Killer Clown Sighting. Because of that, it was most likely a prank or stage scare, meaning the bag was probably just a prop. Still, the video's caption claimed it was 100% real, and that is part of what keeps people debating it. Was it just a joke made to frighten someone, or was there something stranger behind it? Either way, if you opened your door and saw that waiting outside, it would be hard not to feel disturbed. This disturbing doorbell camera video shocked viewers after it captured a tense late-night encounter at an undisclosed home. In the footage, a man approaches the property carrying what appear to be several weapons, including a sword, an axe, and a hammer. His movements are slow and deliberate, as if he is searching for something around the outside of the house. Some viewers speculated that he may have been looking for a hidden spare key, which would make the situation even more frightening. Fortunately, after searching around the property for a short time, the man appears unable to find whatever he is looking for. He eventually leaves without forcing his way inside. But the fact that he came to the home armed at all is what makes the footage so chilling. His intentions were never fully clear, and that uncertainty is exactly what makes the clip hard to shake. It is also a disturbing reminder that something as simple as leaving a spare key outside can create a real risk if the wrong person comes looking for it. In this case, the door stayed closed, and the man eventually walked away. But if he had found what he was searching for, the outcome could have been very different. Now, if that already felt terrifying, this next clip takes the fear one step further. This next clip was shared by the TikTok account Bipolar Baddie, and ever since she posted it, it has gained a lot of attention. The footage shows a man walking up and down the staircase inside her apartment building, passing near her front door again and again. But what made it so unsettling was that this did not happen just once. According to her, it went on for almost the entire night.
Don't look at what's in front of you. Booze, 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 moving up and down again. Men go mad.
She later explained that she was supposed to take her dog out for his final walk, but after seeing the man repeatedly moving through the stairwell, she decided not to risk it. And honestly, it is hard to blame her. She did not recognize him, and as far as she knew, he did not live in the apartment block. That alone made his presence feel strange, but the fact that he stayed there for so long made it even more concerning. Some viewers in the comments began wondering whether the man knew her routine. If he had noticed that she usually took her dog out around that time, then his behavior becomes much more disturbing. Of course, there is no confirmed explanation. He could have been waiting for someone, confused, or simply wandering around. But from her perspective, sitting inside while a stranger repeatedly passed her door through the night, the fear would have been very real. As far as I could find, she never shared any update saying the man returned. So, hopefully, whatever he was doing there ended that night. But the clip remains unsettling because it captures a fear many people understand immediately, realizing there is someone right outside your door and having no idea what they want. But if you thought that she had nowhere to go, the next story is even more trapped. It shows how quickly a normal morning at home can turn into a fight to escape. In Venice, California, a woman named Mal Rivera was inside her second-floor bedroom when a man suddenly broke into her home. It happened around 9 in the morning, not late at night, not in some isolated place, but in broad daylight, in the one place she should have felt safest. The intruder was later identified by police as 29-year-old Christian Hicks. According to Rivera, the moment she realized he was inside the house, she knew she could not stay there. She did not try to confront him. She did not wait to see what he wanted. She grabbed her phone, called 911, and made the only escape she could think of, through her bedroom window and onto the roof.
I'm shocked and pleased at myself for reacting so quickly.
But even that did not immediately make her safe. As Rivera hid outside wearing only a flannel shirt, the man reportedly followed her onto the roof.
Once I saw him in the house, I knew that we both couldn't be there. I knew that I didn't want to have a confrontation with him of any sort.
At that point, she was trapped in one of the most terrifying situations imaginable. Outside her own home, with nowhere easy to go, waiting for police while the intruder was still close enough to find her. Her biggest fear was that, as officers surrounded the house, the man would be forced in her direction and end up hiding in the same place she was.
My biggest fear that he was going to be forced by the cops to come hiding basically the same place I was hiding.
Neighbors watched in shock as the scene unfolded. One of them took photos and shared them online, showing just how surreal the moment was, a woman hiding on a rooftop after being chased out of her own home. Her landlord later helped police by pointing out where Hicks was hiding. Officers reached Rivera quickly, and the fire department helped get her safely down from the roof before police convinced Hicks to surrender. What makes the story even more unsettling is that Rivera's landlord said he had seen Hicks earlier that same morning, allegedly being detained after breaking into someone else's yard. But for reasons that were not fully clear, he was released. and not long after, Rivera's home became the next place he entered. Hicks was later charged with burglary and taken into custody. Thankfully, Rivera was not physically harmed, but the emotional impact was obvious. She later said she was shocked by how fast she reacted, and honestly, that reaction may have saved her, because in a situation like that, hesitation can be dangerous. This case is disturbing because it happened in the middle of an ordinary morning. One moment, Rivera was in bed. The next, she was climbing out of a second-story window, hiding on a roof, and hoping the stranger inside her home would not find her before help arrived. And if that felt like a nightmare at home, this next one proves the danger can be even closer, or let's say, more frequent. The video follows a man named Jeff Richards, who has spent years documenting disturbing behavior from his neighbor. Since 2017, Jeff has uploaded security camera footage showing the man moving around outside at night, often near Jeff's property. His first video, titled "Creepy Neighbor Caught on Security Camera," was uploaded on September 30th, 2017, and became the beginning of a long-running series that continued until at least 2021. At first, the clips may not seem extreme. The neighbor is often just walking around late at night, usually between 2 and 4 a.m., sometimes staying on his own side of the fence and not directly approaching the house. But the more footage you watch, the stranger the behavior becomes. He frequently peers over Jeff's fence, shines lights around the property, and seems unusually interested in what is happening near the home. In some clips, he is seen carrying a rifle, which viewers found especially disturbing, even if it was claimed to be for hunting birds. But the situation became more unsettling when the neighbor started reacting directly to Jeff's security cameras. At first, he stared into the lens with a strange smile. Then he began shining a flashlight straight at the camera, almost as if he wanted Jeff to know he was aware of being watched. Eventually, he escalated to making rude gestures toward the camera. In the comments, Jeff claimed this behavior had been going on for decades, and said that when his children were young, he once caught the neighbor taking photos of them near the side of the house. Jeff said he reported the behavior to police, but nothing meaningful came from it. Some viewers have speculated the neighbor may be sleepwalking, intoxicated, mentally unwell, or simply trying to intimidate the family. Whatever the reason, Jeff's family eventually installed a tall privacy fence, but even that did not completely stop the behavior. According to Jeff, the neighbor still comes outside at night, shines lights around, and occasionally gestures toward the cameras. And that is what makes the series so uncomfortable. It is not one shocking moment. It is years of small, repeated incidents that slowly become impossible to ignore. That's all for today, folks. If you like to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.